Are you a first-time homebuyer and have no idea where to start? Being a first-time homebuyer is so exciting, but there are so many things that you want to do prior to actually looking through homes, maybe on your phone, online, or even speaking to a real estate agent, because you want to make sure that you are ready to go ahead and start looking for a home. And this video is going to go over the 5 most crucial steps to take prior to going and looking at homes. By the way, my name is Zamira Dunnet and I'm a local real estate agent right here in the GTA, and I'm with eXp Realty. And if you have any questions about the purchasing process or what you need to do to prepare yourself, please go ahead and reach out to me. My contact information is right there in the description. I always answer my phone, so please go ahead and reach out because I am here to help. I also want to let you know that my husband is a mortgage agent. So getting your mortgage financing is one of the most crucial steps in this process, which I am going to go over very shortly. But his contact information is also right there in the description, so you can reach out to me or him just to prepare yourselves and move in the right direction. I also have another video that I just made recently. It is the 5 most crucial steps to avoid when purchasing a home in Canada. You don't want to miss this video, so please go ahead and check it out because it is going to give you the steps that you want to make sure you don't take when you are going and trying to purchase a home. Now let's jump right into it. Number 1 is establishing your budget. Now you can go to a mortgage agent to figure that out, but it is really smart to do it yourselves at home before you even start doing anything at all. You want to take your monthly income, your expenses, and what your potential mortgage rate is going to be and calculate that together to figure out what you feel comfortable spending on your monthly mortgage payments. When you know this number, this will help you understand if you are even able to purchase a home at this time. If you realize that your income isn't strong enough, you then know that you need to move in the direction of increasing your income, or if your expenses are too high, you then can see where you can cut costs a little bit so that you're able to take this great step of going ahead and purchasing your first home. By doing this, you are able to get a realistic number of what your personal budget is. Just because a mortgage agent tells you that you're approved for $1 million doesn't mean you need to spend $1 million. Spend what you are comfortable with when it comes to purchasing that first home. Step number 2 is getting a pre-approval. I did say my husband is a mortgage agent, so you can totally reach out to him if you've already taken step 1. But if you haven't, slow down. You want to finish number 1 before you jump to getting that pre-approval. Getting a pre-approval will tell you how much you are able to borrow. Now, just because you've done all the calculations, maybe you didn't add in a car payment, or maybe you didn't add in specific loans that you have. That information is all given to the mortgage agent. They can tell you how much you can borrow from a lender. That could be different from the number that you have in mind. Just like I said, if you are given $1 million by the lender, doesn't mean you have to spend that much. By getting this pre-approval, it adds weight to your offer when you decide to finally write an offer. It's not just convenient for the seller for you to have a pre-approval. You at least know that the time you are spending to go out and look at properties are in the actual budget that you can actually borrow. Imagine you go out and look at a home that's listed at $900,000. You absolutely fall in love with it. You go home, call a mortgage agent or your bank, and you find out that you're only approved for $800,000. You just saw the home that was your dream home, and now you can't even purchase it because you aren't able to borrow that amount of money. By getting a pre-approval beforehand, you are at ease knowing that the time you are spending to go look at these homes in person is actually valid and is towards your future for something you can actually purchase. You don't end up just wasting time and falling in love with things that you're unable to actually purchase. So make sure you get that pre-approval after you figure out your budget. Number 3 is figuring out your must-haves. No home is perfect. I have to tell you that from the beginning. If you can get about 70% of what you're looking for in a home, that is awesome. But what you have to do is write down your top 3 non-negotiables on your property that you're looking for. Everything else would be amazing if you can be flexible with it. Maybe it's having a large backyard because you have a dog. Maybe it's having 4 bedrooms because you have 3 kids. Knowing these non-negotiables will help making the process of searching for your home really smooth. I've worked with multiple clients that first start off by having like 10 to 15 items that they have to have in a home. And every time we go and look at something, they're like, oh, but this is one of my non-negotiables and it's not in this home, so I can't get it. But you need to realize that not every home is going to have every single thing that you want. So you have to be a little bit flexible. Because right now we are in a market that is a bit slower. It's at lower prices than we've seen in a really long time. And if you can grab something in today's market before the interest rates come down, you're going to gain some equity on that property. So if you're getting in early before what everyone else is doing, which is staying on the sidelines, waiting for the interest rate to come down, you may get a property that will gain you some equity. And then you can turn around and get something that is pretty much identical to what you want in your future home. Number 4 is understanding what the full cost of owning a property is. You have to remember that there are closing costs and additional costs that come with homeownership. And even after closing on this property, you still have other costs that are going to come up. So let's kind of go over that. Number 1 is your down payment. I'm going to quickly break down how the minimum down payment in Ontario works. So if you're purchasing a home at $800,000, the first $500,000 falls under 5%. So that is $25,000 towards the first $500,000 of the $800,000 value of that home. The leftover $300,000 falls under 10%, so that is $30,000. So if you're purchasing a home at $800,000, the minimum down payment would be $55,000 to purchase that home. Now there's closing costs. Those closing costs are around 1.5 to 3% of the purchase price. So you want to have that additional to the down payment that you have. Then when you close this property, you're going to have utilities to pay, property tax, maintenance of anything that has happened. If you have a condo or a condo townhouse, there's maintenance fees that are added to that home as well. So remember these costs. Calculate everything together before you write an offer so that you know what your total yearly cost of home ownership is going to be. Number 5, last but not certainly least, getting yourself a local real estate agent that can help you throughout the entire process from house hunting all the way till the closing date. You want to interview agents, okay? And I have a video right here that is the top 10 questions to ask your real estate agent when you're interviewing them, because you want to make sure you have someone that is identical to you when it comes to the process of buying a home. If someone is a bit different than you, it may not work out. Go ahead and watch that video. It will give you a lot of insight of how to interview your real estate agent. But you want to make sure that you have an expert right beside you throughout the entire process, because their knowledge, expertise, information throughout the process, their negotiation skills are so crucial throughout that entire process. You want to make sure that you have someone great beside you throughout the entire thing. Well, there you have it. I really hope this video gave you a lot of information on what steps you need to take prior to starting to search for a home. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope the information I provided does help you through your journey of purchasing your first home, and I am super excited for you that you are actually taking this journey and these steps. If you like the information that I provided, please go ahead and like this video and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support. I make a video like this every single week, so thank you so much, and we will see you guys all next week.